this is make or break.
Yeah.
I really like the Tidehunter pick. I think this deals with the silencer really well. You have the silence for the Fiend's Grip, but Tidehunter can kind of just go and ravage everybody, including the silencer, maybe end up killing him off. And then the Fiend's Grip, like the Bane can actually play Dota. I know it's a position 5, but that Fiend's Grip, man, it seems so impactful in a lot of games, even from a position 5. They're about to walk right up.
They are. Alliance up. They have the high ground. Set up with the 2-man stun. Amar gets him the anchor smash, and it doesn't look like Alliance are actually going to win this trade at all, as it will be OG taking the 2 kills, despite Alliance holding their position on the high ground and willingly preparing to take that fight. It does not go great for them.
I think you and I have actually seen a similar thing happen right at the start of another game where a Razor walks in and hits like a 4 or 5-man, what is it called?
Plasma field.
Plasma field.
Yeah.
One of the better level 1 heroes if there's a lot of people grouped up for an engagement. It's just so much value out of one ability.
Absolutely. Yeah.
2 kills going the way of OG when they were the ones
Out of
walking
the
up the high
bounties,
ground.
look, we got what, 2 for 2 on the bounties.
Yeah, not really what you want when you're the one that's you know, smoking in and heading up to that high ground.
And I mean, yeah, on paper, would you have expected that OG had the better level 1?
Let's see.
Or can you see why Alliance may have felt they were confident?
Probably. I mean, both. Yeah, Tusk is pretty good. You know, both of their level 1s are not that great. I mean, when it comes to 5-manning, I suppose like the Racer's pretty damn good. So Silencer though, he had like a 4-man Q. Now he's stuck with this ability for the laning phase, which is a little rough. Normally, you'd like to go for the his Glaives of Wisdom. Just such great harass.
I mean, this is sort of the bottom lane setup anyway, as it is a lane that Amar's going to be pretty safe in.
Yeah, he's totally comfortable. This is a big reason they picked up the Tidehunter. It's one of the classic counters to PA. You're just never really going to do any damage to him in the lane. And, you know, as Purge always likes to say, this minus armor, Orb of Corrosion, it is countered by damage block just based on the way that it works. You'll do virtually no damage to Tidehunter. Even with the glaives, you can see he's doing... Oh, no, it doesn't have the glaives, just the cosmetic. Let's see, mid lane. Oh, man. BZM is...
He's crushing it, right?
He's dumpstering this.
And sort of on paper, at least traditionally, it should be a bit easier for the Lina, right, in the matchup, or...?
Traditionally, yeah, but, you know, I feel like every single time I hear somebody, like, go against Queen of Pain, they're just wrong. It seems like the type of hero that... It just has a way to play any lane. Sometimes you go for points in the dagger and you out-harass and you regen, and other times you just go for like a farming build by maxing Scream of Pain, and that's what BCM is doing in this game, maxing Scream. Although, to be fair, he did get 2 assists right to start, off the game.
They did get that boost.
That definitely helps. Get you closer to your bottle, especially when you're rushing it.
Oh, well. So bottom lane, Alliance doing their best here to try and harass Amar in the laning stage, but yeah, he's able to easily walk it off, and Creepwave pushing in under the tower against him. He's going to be more than fine, soaking up that XP and gold. Top lane, Aramis trying to set the lane up to be in a bit of a better position for Leslau.
Ooh, can Taiga get the pull-off on the range creep? He can. But no, it gets, yeah, Aramis does the creep pull.
Nice little dodge of the charge. And that snowball, and even with Leslau coming over, just not having that charge connecting, it's going to make it a little more difficult to actually do anything about Tiger. In fact, Tiger, he's going to look to turn. Same thing for Uragi. Looks to run down Leslau. Leslau will have charge back up in a second, and Uragi knows, so he won't waste any more time chasing him.
That's kind of an ideal situation for Taiga, honestly. You see him jumping into the enemy side. I think maybe he was going to go for the bounty rune, but there's with this creep shenanigans going on top. Aramis is right there. Yeah, I think if you're Taiga, you're totally okay with this trade. You have 2 heroes on the enemy side running at you. As a 5, I mean, he's playing Tusk, so, you know, in the safe lane. That's kind of the dream as a support when you're wasting the time of both of the enemy heroes, and you're, like, Uragi's just completely free farm here. Although, Razor not the greatest at CSing under tower, so he's not, you know, he's doing all right.
See how it was the mid, Tiger. Found the opportunity to move for the play on a Supreme, and they'll get him. Nothing can be done in time there. That's another kill for OG, and of course with that in mind, things continuing to look favourable for the Quap in that mid lane. Bottom, Amar has been left on his own. G trying to do the damage as much as he can, and with the jump forward from Nico Baby, they're bringing him relatively low, but now the backup is here. Misha will be able to hold back one of them. Top, Yuragi did take down Leslau this time round. As we're seeing, they can't kill Amar, and I think as you were going to mention, a bit of a different early item purchase from him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great item on Tidehunter.
Yeah.
You know, I've even seen people like rush Satanic. It sounds ridiculous, but anchor smashing a creep wave or in a team fight with a Morbid Mask, I want to say probably he'll build it into a Vlad's, but this is Amar.
He likes Satanic.
He builds Satanic on like every offlaner.
Yeah.
So he might actually go for a Satanic. It is genuinely a good build. It's a next level one. You don't see people doing it that often, but it's a good build. This is a huge double wave. I think you want to pressure under tower here. Yeah, for sure.
Now Leslau, no charge available. It's on cooldown. Aramis trying to step over to off up a stun. Will hold back Yuragi, and that will actually keep him safe, Leslau. Leslau to live, and with the rotation for Supreme, they might be able to find something in response of OG diving as deep as they were, and they do. They catch Tiger in the trees. They are able to punish OG there for that move.
Honestly, I think that's good for OG. I mean, you lose a support, but when you have a huge double wave like that under tower, you don't want to just let the enemy team farm it totally for free. Forcing Supreme to make a rotation means that BZM gets some damage on this mid tower with the catapult. So that's one of those things where, like, you do want to force those resources out. You do want to force that rotation.
We'll see this attempted fight here. They're going to take it up to the high ground. Tiger in with the snowball leads over towards Supreme. BZM jumps off to a distance, hits back with a three-man Sonic Wave. It's enough to take down Supreme. Leslau charges over. They should lose FNG, but in turn, Misha will go down. 2 for 1, but of course one that OG is happy to take. Alliance, they don't quite have the firepower to take down Tiger by the looks of it, as the two of them will have to split. In fact, Tiger, he's looking to chase, and the snowball he'll be able to bring in BZM, close the gap. Another stun at the ready. BZM will have another blink in a second though, and he's definitely eyeing up this next assassin, and he'll get it. Jumps one and a quick scream. OG end up claiming a third in that overall move. Bottom lane, Amar TP'd away. What? I mean, that was a very ballsy TP there from Amar. Was tanking the tower hits, and unfortunately for him, a little too much damage for him to withstand. So Amar will get taken down, and of course no TP to get him back to the lane. So good bit of space now for Nico Baby's PA.
Yeah, that's a good heads-up move from Supreme there. I think they needed to make a move like that. It's very different from the move top, which was kind of forced, and the creep wave died to the tower, right? So there's some trade happening there. But Amar just being super out of position, like Supreme punishing that is just, it's just free gold for him. It's giving Nico Baby a better lane, setting him up for success. FNG gets to, you know, take a bit of XP mid. He's gonna go down here, but a lot of the time that does happen whenever you take a lane. There's gonna be a trade, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like. Misha, he's got stick charges.
Maybe not.
Ah, only just those stick charges saving his life.
Yeah, raindrops are a very OP item. And Source Sticks. Yeah, lots of pressure on this mid lane.
I mean, Tiger, he's looking for the angle, gets the ward down. So they know exactly what's being set up. There's 4 of them, though. Nice snowball dodge to start things off, and over to the creep as well, so not too deep under the tower. Pops the shards down. Tiger is making them work for it. Will still fall, though.
Nice attempt. Lots of people being forced to the mid lane. If you're Alliance, you're pretty okay with this, because also on the side of OG, they have a bunch of heroes mid, but Lelis is Spearbreaker, so he can fairly easily get to, you know, wherever the hell that he wants to go. So you're not really ever 4-manning somewhere if you have a Spearbreaker. You're kind of just 3-manning. Same with Nature's Prophet. And as you can see, it's reflected in the gold distribution. Alliance is kind of stabilizing in this game a little bit in the last few minutes.
Yeah, the move to be made to bottom, but Nico Baby knows. Straight away, T-pin out of this area. I think caught it on that sort of bottom river wards. Knew that BZM was starting to swing over, and Nico Baby has no need to be down here anymore.
Yeah, you see this rotation happening a lot with PA lately. You show up to the enemy safe lane. Not only does it mean you're not just sitting in your safe lane waiting to die, as you know, this anti-mage type hero that has a super solid timing with that Battle Fury, but Orbit Corrosion, you actually do decent chunk of damage to towers.
So BZM is going to have to pop back for now with a haste rune. Tiger seeing if they can get a setup to get back in on this. They've caught Aramis. He should be going down. Supreme not quite able to line anything up to turn and threaten Tiger's life, so it's just another freebie here for OG in the mid.
Yeah, it's a bit of a standoff mid. It looks a little weird. You know, might get flamed in pubs for just sitting mid, but it's one of those situations where like OG's putting pressure on the tower, and as a result, Alliance can't just give them the tower for free, so Alliance has to go there, and then all of a sudden more and more heroes show up, and you basically have this like 4v4 mid, which it looks ridiculous, but if one team leaves, you lose the tower, and then that's a huge detriment to your team.
See mid, Tiger, I mean, he's dodging a hell of a lot of abilities here with a snowball. Won't be able to dodge that though. Supreme lays down the Laguna, gets the kill. Top lane Yuragi will force Nico Baby out of this area, so he does have to TP back to base.
Yeah, not exactly the hero that you want to be rotating into with this safe lane rotation. That's the one issue with this. But PA, you also don't want to jungle. But you also can't go mid right now because of the pressure that OG is putting on mid, so he's just walking back up to top. Oh, damn. This whole time OG's been pressuring mid. They've actually been stacking as well. Looks like Misha was getting involved with some of that action. Yeah, there he goes. Very nice.
Very solid numbers across the board there. Alliance with only the single stack so far. Top lane, Tiger. This time won't have the snowball to rely on, and with the bash is coming out from Leslau. No chance for Tiger to escape. Tries his best with the shards. He's into the trees, but he's surrounded.
They give the kill to Nico Baby too. That's really good. I mean, this hero is like one of the slowest farmers up until the point that she gets a Battle Fury, the PA. And so giving her any gold towards that is incredibly important. Arguably, oh, it's actually going for a Desolator first. Huh. They really think they need to play for some early timing, which I suppose Tricor of Tide, Queen of Pain, and Razor, it's pretty early. I mean, they're gonna run at them. He is going for Satanic.
He's going for it.
Okay, this is cool. I've never seen this build in competitive.
And also kind of classic as well. He's holding on to, I think, 2 skill points at the moment, Amar.
Yeah, he does do that. It's very odd. I'm excited to see this build in competitive because it's looked really good in pubs from what I've seen.
No worries. Yeah, dead for now, but and once that Satanic's there, it's not going to be an easy one to take down.
You basically get 2 full heals because you pop the Satanic, you Anchor Smash, and then the cooldown of Anchor Smash comes off just as you're at the end of Satanic. And if you hit like 1 or 2 targets, it's a full heal. And Tidehunter obviously is, you know, one of the more unkillable heroes in the game. It makes him a beast, and you become an actual core. You can get like Aghanim Shard eventually, and you're super strong.
There we go, OG. The smoke, they're on the hunt for Nico Baby. They've found him. Quick jump to the side. Nico Baby trying to get away from this. Well, FNG's the new focus, but Supreme, he's pummeling into Tiger. Tiger's able to take down FNG. Nico Baby maybe looking to jump back in with the help of Aramis, but no, he's going to go for Tiger. Split from the rest of the team. Tiger will go down. Amar has the Gush lead in onto Supreme, but no further catch. Doesn't want to try and commit with the Ravage. Supreme being at the distance. Just settle for the 1-for-1, and OG will resume taking down this mid-tier 1 tower. We'll see if Alliance want to do anything about this. Doesn't look to be the case.
Yeah, this was what I was thinking would probably happen at some point, where OG moves.
Oh, nice deny.
Okay, all right, not bad.
Yeah.
A little bit of gold. And that tower took so long to go down. Like, there's been just this 4v4 mid lane for the last 10 minutes. Maybe not exactly 10.
Yeah.
FNG uses the global.
Yeah, we still I believe got both sort of his full toolkit out onto BZM, so as the Queen of Pain, he had to back straight off. He couldn't commit.
Yeah.
So yeah, those quick moves from FNG definitely limiting the damage that was to be done against Alliance.
We come back to the immediate grip, and that's what you can do when you force a global out.
Yeah.
That's why I really like the Tidehunter and the Tusk pick, because I feel like it's a way to team fight where you're not countered by global, because you're just right clicks. You have everybody stunned for this duration. A lot of the time you can also hit the silencer. It forces out the global in like a bad situation. And then Bane can just go for the next team fight and grip somebody.
There we go. Charge over. I'll lose Tiger. Nothing more, but Alliance, again, just sort of banding together to get these punchbacks off against OG. Quick deny of the DD rune,
yeah.
and further catch from Alliance to jump Misha.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Don't want to give that DD rune to either of the mids, honestly. Both teams have been really good with regards to rune control in this game. You give Alina or a Queen of Pain a solid rune, and they can just completely take over the game. Like a Queen of Pain with a haste or a DD is just a god for the duration. Honestly, for the duration that they have it in the bottle, that's one of the biggest pain in the asses in Dota currently, is that like if you see an enemy mid that's bottled a rune, it's like, okay, we can't fight, not for the duration of the rune, but for the duration of the rune plus the duration that they're holding it in the bottle. It's just this thing that you have to be worried about. So many teams have been super focused on runes in this tour of DPC.
Radiant are scanning.
It's funny how OP the runes used to be, like pre-nerfs, and yet they weren't as respected as they are now. The DDs and the
I mean, is that, what is that sort of the knock-on effect of the fact that more mids have bottles because there's like more water runes earlier, so you just get more bottles in the game, so the potential of holding a rune is more likely? I
think it's the fact that the teams have gotten so close in terms of skill, because there's all of these ways to watch replays, and there's so many ways to like learn about the game in DPC. Like the skill level's gotten so close that the things that determine who wins a game are these like, a lot of the time, these small things, these random things.
Sure.
The runes, who presses the right button in a team fight. It's very small differences that make a huge snowball effect.
Well, if that's sort of what you're saying teams are close, how much sort of a difference do you think the RNG of neutrals has as an impact?
Pretty big. I mean, it depends on the game. If you're a Bane and you get a Keen Optic, I mean, or a Philosopher's Stone, that's probably the best neutral item to get for like a support in any game. I think that's pretty impactful. But there's enough of them with impact that maybe it.
Well, the RNG balances out.
It balances out to a degree.
On top lane. I'll find the jump on Uragi, but he has a BKB. Nico Baby's trying to finish him off, but he's already starting to lose damage to the static link. Jumps back in again, but he's not going to... finds him with that final crit, but already the damage has been done big time as BZM just swept round to the back lines, blew up the rest of Alliance. As they throw everything in there to try and kill Uragi, it just takes a little too long, losing 4 heroes. And of course, with 4 heroes off the map, OG's got the easy space to step into the Rosh and claim the Sages for themselves.
Great job from Misha there, finding the silencer in the fight with the Nightmare, so that way he can actually get the grip off. He effectively disabled 2 targets in that, or he literally disabled 2 targets in that fight. And that's not easy to do. Like, silencer can literally sit in the fountain against you as Bane and have still have a profound impact. So Uragi going in with the BKB like this forces FNG out of position, where you can go in with the Bane and find him in the back line, get that Nightmare, and then hit the Fiend's Grip.
Yeah, so that fantastic angle from BZM hitting that 3-man Sonic Wave right across the fight.
Yeah, he's been hitting big Sonic Waves for the entire game. That's another one of those abilities that it hasn't been like hugely buffed.
FNG. He's got Aramis by his side. We did see that OG weren't able to finish off Roshan. They did back off as Alliance respawn. They got it down to half HP. It's feeling that they couldn't quite take it down quick enough with Uragi out of the game. So the biggest physical hitter right now. So Roshan still stands.
They do still have Ravage on OG, so you're fairly comfortable fighting even without the Fiend's Grip, although he has it soon. But yeah, the Fiend's Grip's not a hugely important cooldown.
Oh, they'll step back in now. I mean, you just say they've got team fight prepared if Alliance come towards them, and now Uragi's back in, ready to help them take this down. So we'll still go the way of OG here with the Roshan and the Aegis. Pick that up on Uragi. He knows that he's going to be the primary focus, as he was last time for Nico Baby. He's going to look to try and burst him with the damage of the Deso.
And Amar, he's got his full Satanic building into Assault Cuirass. Because of being so damn tanky, he can just play directly in the enemy triangle like this. No problems at all. Alliance, though, they're avoiding him, going for the counter smoke into the triangle.
Oh! I do have the blink in there from BZM. Alliance were waiting, and they have the setup. They take down BZM.
Very convenient.
Yeah, he was not prepared for that. Blink straight into the center of them as Alliance was set up.
Yeah, that was nice. They did have a couple of wards up scouting out, so they knew that there wasn't exactly a lot of heroes in that triangle. So when he blinks in like that, it's like, oh, okay, I'll take it.
Nico, baby, just a recipe away from the BKB. And sure, you still have to be a little cautious of the links, the grips, the sonic waves. But something of the FNG can do a fantastic job of keeping him safe from with a well-timed global.
You know, I suppose another idea behind Nico Baby going for Deso into BKB instead of an AC or instead of a Battle Fury is that you have a Lina mid. And so this is going to be, you know, the Gatling gun type Lina that we've seen in almost every game where, like, she is kind of the carry and PA is being played in this game in more of, like, an early game style, like an Ursa style carry where you're running around and you're killing people with these early game items and not really caring too much about your farm. And it is being reflected in Nico Baby's gameplay. He's not exactly on the top of the net worth like a Battle Fury PA would be, but he's not doing bad. He's still top of his team. Although Amar, man, he's looking mega unkillable.
Yeah, especially with his armor now. On bottom, ooh, FNG. They were hunting. Didn't quite find him here, but of course this will be a tier 2 that Alliance won't look to hold. I'll let this one go. Not interested in fighting until Nico Baby has at least his BKB. We'll be there in about a creep's time. Mid lane. Setups there with a quick sleep onto the Lina, and mass TP's coming in. He has the BKB Supreme. He's going to go for the BKB TP out, but the grip's there. Misha puts a stop to his retreat.
Man, 7 seconds on global silence. Otherwise, I think with that TP, you probably just global and get him out. But just Misha understanding the cooldown of global silence. Lelis goes down for that too. He was trying to save his buddy. Yeah, that's a super heads-up play. I mean, OG are very likely timing global. Bane players, when you play against Silencer, you know you've got that 10-second window where you can grip and he can't global if you use it at the same time in the last fight. So very small window of opportunity, but OG actually able to use it in this case.
Picking up the gem now as well, Misha, just to make sure we make this game a little harder for Aramis. Trying to sneak around, and of course the Shadow Blades that he knows going to be coming out. Well, it's already come out, of course, from Lesnar, but also geared up to come out on Supreme. So this earliest gem pickup's going to do a lot against Alliance with the 3 invis that they'll look to play.
Yeah, I like that too in terms of map control.
Oh, Nico Baby, he's going to commit with the BKB onto Tiger. He's not quite doing enough damage, has to blink back to safety, will live there with the Essence Ring that he pops, but the BKB comes to an end. Perfectly timed Ravage there from Amar to catch Nico Baby as his BKB duration ends. FNG tries to TP out, but they see him in the trees. They'll get him as well.
You know, a cool thing here about the Satanic also is it purges the global silence.
Yep.
So in a situation like that, I'm not entirely sure what came out first.
I think the Ravage came out first.
Okay, it doesn't really matter though because he
could have done it.
He could have just purged it.
Yep.
And I think that's a big. I mean, you could still go Lotus Orb, right? But if you have in the back of your mind that you think that this Satanic Tidehunter build is good and that people just, you know, aren't doing it and they should, and Amar has a lot of builds that he thinks that about, then why not?
Yeah,
it came out just before, but. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. And
no, because if the silence was before,
and if you're FNG, that's probably why you're holding it as well. The BZM is luckily giving a couple of freebies here to Alliance, but this is something that's pretty typical of OG from what we've seen, even in a lot of the games that they've won against the excellent teams in this tour of DPC. They're pretty greedy. Amar especially, like. The thing is, you have BZM dying, but then Amar on the flip side is also a carry. Like, they always play this tri-core sort of setup and then try to farm more of the map than the enemy team. And sometimes it looks a bit risky, people, you know, dying like that. But when you have tri-core, you can get away with a few of those deaths because there's not that much of a pressure on BZM to be the carry type here. Amar's even topping the net worth.
Let's see what they can get with this Smoke Alliance.
Good lord. Okay, he is just full committing to this carry Tidehunter build. No blink at all.
Oh, nice dodge there, the Vendetta. Tiger Well, as a 3-man gank comes for Tiger, Tiger just turns around and kills FNG. They're going to have the TP cancel on Leslau. He'll try his best to charge away, and it looks like he will manage to escape them. But I mean, Tiger, that was a man that was just ganked. He just stands there and takes out one of the three gankers.
Confident, man, confident. I mean, Silencer, very low armor hero against Tusk. He's got also a medallion. So, yeah, he's basically one-shotting him with the punch.
Yeah.
And he needs to do that. I mean, the Silencer is so good against Queen of Pain and the Bane that...
Oh! I'll see Nico, baby. He's going to turn and take down Tiger, but the shards have trapped them in. Finally, they'll come to an end. Jump forward with the Sonic Wave. They'll burst through Supreme and Aramis. Nico, baby's off to the side, but Amar's waiting, and he's got the Ravage again. As soon as the BKB ends, Amar ready to lock him down. 4 dead on Alliance. As OG, they're making it look very hard for Alliance. Now, we're seeing Alliance trying to make these moves, make these plays. Even there, sort of in Tiger's dying breath, causing issues with the shard that he was able to throw over. And then Amar, he just knew exactly where Nico Baby was going to try and run on his retreat.
He did, yeah. I mean, it looks like, oh no, he's got an urn in his quick buy. Oh God, no, don't. All right, Mantles, he's going back for the Mantles.
Back for the Mantles.
We saw that though, we saw that, dude. Come on, after the drama. Oh, Shadow Amulets, I see. Back to the
Yeah, he hasn't quite making up his mind yet.
No, it looks, I mean, he hasn't made up his mind about his build either. I mean, look at this inventory. Would you think this is a Tidehunter? If you had to guess.
I mean, no, yeah, but it's looking pretty good.
It looks good. It looks good.
I think this is something you want to try at home if you're a Tide player.
Yeah, this is a build. Like,
yeah.
to be fair, it's like an off-meta thing that only like really intense Tide players will do. But yeah, it is a thing. It's not like this is totally out of nowhere. Almost refresher on Uragi. He just went for a casual plate mail for that armor against PA Desolator, and he's like, yeah, I'll dip back, go for the refresher. BZM also plate mail, gonna die anyway.
Oh, maybe Alliance will see if they can try and get something more. Take it out the mid. Can they get anything whilst they're at 5 versus 4? Still very hard. Uragi and Amar, not easy targets to go for. Misha, on the other hand, a little bit of a squishier one. They'll get the lead in with the ult. OG, they're going to look to stand their ground around that Bane. Keep Misha safe. Misha's able to retreat. Supreme, he's in with the BKB. Laguna down onto Tiger. Tries to run him down. Tiger not going to quite get out. Finally falls there as Aramis gets him, but they've lost Supreme's life for it. Aramis not able to TP out either, as Uragi already has too much damage built up.
It's crazy that they're so confident that they can fight without Ravage or without their mid. It's not an easy thing to read, especially when you have a Tide that does this kind of weird build. Like, reading your power level is difficult. Like, whoever called that was just a good call that they could turn and go back there. Also, I think if Misha doesn't survive like that for that little while, like if he doesn't go for this Ghost Scepter and have a raindrop, then he dies. It's funny how these little micro things matter in Dota. If you don't fill your inventory with these efficient items, you just get overkill by 50. And then all of a sudden there's like 2 or 3 less spells that need to be committed for you. They can be committed onto other heroes. You get more kills and the whole game can turn.
There we go, into the pit once again, OG. Not going to take this all for themselves, and Alliance is not in any sort of shape to come out and fight. And there we have it. We'll see the shard is going to go into the hands of Amar. An extra bit of potential to push, take down those towers and buildings.
3-second cooldown on Anchor Smash. That is nuts.
That hurts.
Yeah, so now you get the double satanic Anchor Smash. Very
AC as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not killing this Tide.
No.
You're not killing this Tide.
Fortunately, though, for Alliance, he didn't get the minus 20% Anchor Smash damage reduction talent. Otherwise, these towers would be doing, let's see, how much damage are they doing, right? Instead of doing 72, they would do about...
does it stack?
40. Yeah, it stacks. It's like additive, just straight up, it just adds it to the value. 80% damage reduction. That would be nuts.
Top tower is under attack.
But still, you know, I think Amar will take literally 0 damage from the tower. Yep, that's 0. Oh no, sorry, he's taking like 3 damage from the tower. But immediately healing for it.
That poor old tower just tickling the creeps.
Yeah, you know. I think at this point he could maybe walk into the tier 3s.
Are they going to try and go on him? Oh, and they're doing a pretty good job of it. They've taken him down.
All right,
I don't think Amar was prepared to die that quickly.
Yeah, I cursed him.
Yeah, Alliance, they throw everything onto him. They are able to bring him down without any chance for a reaction under the cover of that global silence. A big kill there for Alliance. They take out the Tide, Amar's gone for a minute, and OG, they'll have to hold back on their plans to push for high ground.
That's crazy. They didn't like break him or anything. They don't have the fan of knives. There's no break. This was just a straight
Just
burst.
pure damage.
They're just pumping everything into him.
We'll see. I mean, it was sort of the biggest damage dealer out there, so it must be Nico, but he had a few crits in there. He got the 1, he got the 2.
Man, he must
And the
have been,
Laguna.
he must have been really unlucky with the Kraken Shell procs.
Oh, they did.
Oh, they've Silver Edge on Lena. Okay, see, that's how they got him. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was looking at the SB. They have a lot of they actually have a lot of breaks.
They do there. They
Eventually.
level it up. What with the shard?
SB Shard, he can get an eventual Silver Edge. Lena Silver Edge, Fan of Knives on PA, and you know, this was an old patch. Nyx would also have a break.
Ah, yeah. I mean, it's true. Maybe the breaks will be the undoing for Amar.
Maybe. Maybe. Even then, like.
Oh, that's a big Leslau just comes flying off the screen, sets up for the 2 kills on Tiger and Misha. Leslau just out of nowhere, and he's ready for more. Charges over to Uragi. They'll bring him down the once. That's the Aegis gone. BZM is going to jump in on the back lines. This refugee, but the stun's out. Another charge from Leslau. BZM's out, and Uragi, he's not got anybody to help him. They'll look to chase him down. He pops the BKB. Leslau in with the charge once again, offering up that control. Uragi's trying to desperately get away from the 2 of them. Nico Baby will come in. Amar comes in with a Ravage, holds back the 3 of them. They do turn, bring down Nico Baby. But you know that Leslau's going to keep his eyes open and see if he can find Uragi.
Yeah, he just needs to get vision. Lincoln's is broke.
I've got the setup here. Uragi's just going to be dealt with straight away by Aramis. And now, break hits in. Lightstrike Array comes down. Amar, he's got a bit of life still going, but again, he is relatively on his own, looking to knock him back with the old charge over from Leslau onto the 2 of them. They've got to run. Back in with the Invis, with the dust. Will slow down Supreme, not enough to stop Tiger from being Lightstrike Arrayed. And he's going to go past the tier 2. Up to Amar, bullying the Tide back to base. I mean, and just like that, that's quite a big swing back into action there from Alliance, just led by Leslau, just running all over the place and running all over OG.
Yeah, and that all kind of stems from that initial kill onto Amar, where they break him and then kill him on the high ground, resulting in OG being this four-man ball that can be abused. Like you see Amar's, he's respawning in 12
and then
seconds.
just boom, suddenly Leslau. And it's,
yeah.
I don't think they were ready for that.
I love the build on Lelis too, going for the Yasha and Kaya. Probably the only hero in the game that I can think of that Yasha and Kaya is actually a good item on. As
I mean, we saw the reactions there. I mean, that's
in disbelief.
They would just get permanently bashed around by Leslau. They couldn't even move the whole of OG. Frozen in position.
I think that's right, Owen. Shiva's Guard, very tanky items on BZM. Still seems to just kind of be dying. Like every time the camera goes on him, I'm worried Lelis is going to come charging through when the camera does move towards him. But now Lelis, he's going to be charging up top.
Yeah.
Still does not have the Aghanim Shard, opting to go for a BKB instead. He's got the Spirit Breaker colors in his camera on Lelis. Like, he's super
he does
themed
actually,
today.
doesn't he? Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
He's
There
in the
he is.
zone. You know, he's got the Yashikar as well. That's the Spirit Breaker colors.
Yeah. You know, Lelis comes from a family of woodsmen.
Woodsmen?
Lumberjacks, yeah.
Oh.
Likes to sit in the trees and not cut them down. He's got a respect for the trees, not into that deforestation.
Yeah, it would be quite something if Spirit Breaker Charge destroyed the trees.
That would be something else for sure.
Or if, like, you not only destroy them, but you pick them up as you pass through.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
builds up to
More and more damage,
just
yeah.
chucking all these trees on the target as you
Yeah,
cross
that would be the
map.
real bulldoze.
Yeah,
I mean, that makes
that would be.
a lot of sense.
Dig up some of the dirt as well,
Yeah.
you know, create this new path across the terrain for your team to follow.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
Spirit Breaker's definitely not good enough. He needs to do more. Dude, OG, you can sense that they're...
Just make every tree he passes through damage him a little bit. You know.
That's bad.
And give him a cool sound effect so as he comes charging across the map, it's like, ow, 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 ow. That's the balance we need.
Yeah. That's some Homer Simpson shit right there. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he's easily one-shotting creep waves.
Oh, and we got Yuragi. Oh, nice jump from Nico, baby. He's away from the Razor. They didn't have the lockdown, and now the turnaround's here. They turn straight onto Yuragi. Yuragi's BKB's not going to save him. Yuragi's out. BZM jumps over, finds FNG Supreme, keeping himself hidden in the trees. Let's now in with the charge control. Over on Amisha, they take down the Bane, but they will lose Supreme. 2 for 2. See what the plan is here for the reset. Nico, baby, still has his BKB good to pop if they want to try and fight.
Lelis just starts jungling.
I mean, Lesnau's going to see the chance to jump over towards BZM. They get the setup, and the damage is there for Nico, baby. BZM out. Alliance, they are swinging back this game beautifully here. Less than 1k lead now for OG, pretty back to dead even. Of course, all they've lost themselves was just the range racks mid, that melee racks all still standing. So Alliance in a very good position to continue just turning this game around and getting it under their control.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you do lose the melee racks, I feel like with SB, like we saw him jungling in the middle of that fight, you can kind of just do anything and always get to the fights. Like he was top lane as this started, and still he can get there. Like this was without Lelis, and there he is all of a sudden. He was literally just top, TV'd Fountain, and now he's here. Unfortunate for Supreme that he gets caught out in the trees there. Amar kind of sniffed him out, but still Lelis coming in at the end. Like he's doing a lot of damage in these fights. He had the second most damage in that fight on his team. Supreme obviously, you know, coming first, but the charge, when you go for this...
Nearly level 25, Lelis.
25% greater bash damage. That's gonna be nice.
Go.
That's gonna be nice.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, he's doing big damage. It's like burst damage too, right? It's not this damage over time that like Supreme is doing. It's like he charges in and he just hits somebody for 1,000. It's quite a lot. He's going for the Silver Edge. Yeah, not much else that he can upgrade. You know, I love that people have started going for the Soul Ring on Spirit Breaker because I feel like it means you have to go to Fountain less. It's like instead of charge out, TP home, charge out, TP home, you can just charge. And you save gold on TPs, and it also means you can clear more creep waves.
Dire are scanning.
I mean, as you said, would you not like to see him pick up the shard before he upgrades the Shadow Blade?
You know...
For the value, or...?
I think it's like, it's close.
I guess he's got other breaks, right? I mean, I guess that's the thing at this stage.
Yeah, it's close. It's close.
Yeah.
I think he's getting enough gold from these creep waves that he can probably go for the greedier item first, which would be the Silver Edge.
Yeah.
It'll probably give him more damage, more uptime on the invis too. So...
Yeah, that's always nice.
But it's like, he's gonna get both, for sure. Yeah, this game doesn't get any easier for OG, I'm pretty sure. Like, Supreme...
You're against the stacks PA, right? And Alina, like, these two sort of carries feel like they're just going to outscale whatever you have on OG right now.
Bro, I feel like late game too. Like, SB is a menace. He's a menace.
3 cores of Alliance, they're going to do damage that I don't think OG's heroes are going to be able to keep up with.
I'm almost the most scared of Spirit Breaker. He's just such a pain in the ass to deal with. You never have creep waves good. Like, look how far pushed out this bottom creep wave is. None of the OG creep waves are in a good position.
Dire's bottom tower is under
One thing that Aoi always says that I really like is the way that you can determine where you're allowed to play in Dota is you draw a line between the creep waves on the map. And that's like where you feel comfortable playing. And with the Spirit Breaker, that line is always really goddamn close to your base. And this late in the game, the guy's got a BKB, he's got a Silver Edge, he's got 80% status resistance. In the Bulldoze, it's 80%, right? 70% still. You're not dusting him. There's absolutely no way. Yeah, it's really difficult to deal with. And then also, the BKB piercing disable in the fights.
Oh, Nico, baby. He's going to commit for Tiger. He's in. The Ravage comes out from Amar, catches the 3 of them on the back line. The Sonic Waves over the burst through Supreme and FNG. Silence comes out for now. Nico, baby, having to back off, though, with his BKB on cooldown, and the damage will be there without coming to an end. OG, they'll happily turn and take the fight there. Alliance, they chose to initiate it there without jumping onto Tiger. Does not go great for them at all. Amar gets him with a fantastic Ravage. The turnaround's there. And OG, they're back in position to get themselves yet another Roshan.
Yeah, that is 2 cores dead. No buyback. 80 seconds.
I guess you're sort of falling for the bait there, going a little too heavy in onto Tiger, whilst he was in that position where it was heavily likely that there would be backup waiting on that high ground around this Roshan area.
Yeah, great ravage from Amar. I suppose you like don't expect him to have a blink at this point just because
of his build.
Because of his build, yeah. It's like finally comes in with the blink.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you have your 2 most important heroes not to get caught out, right at the start. And they're definitely burstable. For sure. Lelis is really the only core to survive here, which means he can clear some waves. He is trying to cut the wave here. Because the cores don't have buyback.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty big in terms of what OG's able to do to the base. They should at least be able to finish off 1 set of racks, maybe even 2, with 20 seconds of no Supreme, no Nico, baby. That's top racks gone for sure. OG this time successful with the high ground siege.
Dude, Amar is going for Monkey King bar. He went the 50% chance of Anchor Smash on attack talent. So he is really going for this right click.
He's going to have that attack speed with the AC, the MKB.
Yeah. I mean, I guess somebody else can take the gem. Oh my god, God knows he's going to take the leveler. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, get that attack speed up even higher.
Yeah. I would be very, oh yeah, there he goes. I'd be very impressed if he gave that to Yuragi.
Yuragi's got money as well. I think he needs to start screaming at Yuragi to get him a moonshot. You know, we've got to get this tied attack speed to the max.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to get a read on the game and like who wins late game when...
Sure, when you got the tide with these items.
When the tide has these items...
Is this tide just going to outdo everything? The problem is, right, he can still be burst. The break was seen. If they can fully commit onto Amar, they will kill him. But if they don't, maybe he just outcarries anything that Alliance have.
Yeah, it's funny. He seems like the most important hero. I mean, Tidehunter late game is generally pretty damn good just because the double Ravage, especially with the stun duration talent, it's like it's too much disable, and disables are always scaling because they give you more time for your scaling damage heroes to do the damage. However, in this game, Amar is a scaling damage hero as opposed to this teamfight stunner. He's a bit of both. It's like you don't see this Tide build too often, so I'm not sure how he would do in a 1v1 versus the PA, for example. Like, is the Anchor Smash on attack? Is it really that strong for carry? We'll see, hopefully.
There's a jump. They get the jump straight away on a Supreme. They look to focus the leader. They've got it. Supreme does have buyback. So if he uses it over in the trees, they also catch out FNG. Now, FNG does not have the means to return to the game. He is gone for 70. No buyback for the Silencer, so no potential global to threaten OG here as OG. They'll look to finish off the final set of racks. See what Alliance can do. Let's now toying with the idea of getting into that. BKB's off in time. Yuragi turning with a refresh, getting the ult off. Jump up to the high ground. They're looking to get in onto Supreme. Supreme's away, or at least trying to with the invis, but they're running him down. They take him out. Supreme, he's out for good. Nico Baby was able to get over the back lines, and they take out the 2 supports of OG. And Leslau is trying to go for BZM. He's going to need Nico Baby's help out if they want to try and turn a commit. Nico Baby able to dodge the Sonic Wave, but Leslau not as much. If the Sonic Wave clips him, Leslau goes down. OG, looking for Nico Baby. The buyback comes in. Quick jump stun. Aramis is able to catch BZM. The ult from Leslau. They've taken out the quad. BZM will buy back straight away, though. Blink forward. Yuragi closes in, but Aramis has got buyback as well. Nico Baby back over towards the tide, but it's hard to punch into Amar.
Nico's doing literally 0 damage. That was a crit, and it looked like nothing.
Obviously, OG, they've committed 2 buybacks, so they want to end the game. Do so while Supreme's out for 70. Leslau's going to try and stop this. We've got FNG back in action with the global. Nico Baby commits. Aramis lines up the 2-man stun. They're in on the BZM. They bring him down. That's BZM out for 2 minutes. Charge over onto Misha. They've caught the bait. Misha's ghosted to buy some time. Nico Baby's trying to split away from Yuragi in the static. The Kamar, he's just trying to end the game. He takes out the tier 4.
Oh my god.
He's just looking to close it up. Alliance, they've got 4 heroes alive, but can they stop this tide? They force him off to the side. Nico Baby commits with a BKB. They get him up towards the fountain. The break's in. The ult knockback. Yuragi's going to take over, trying to end it all. As Amar goes down, Yuragi looks to close it. He'll be able to do so. GG is called. OG will close up this game 1, but Alliance, they